Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is Feb 27th, and today's dose of Rashmi is unconscious intelligence is goal oriented and measures success as you being better than others. Wisdom, on the other hand, is the relentless striving to be a full-fledged life in each present moment that only you can be. So I've written a newsletter earlier this Monday where I talked about Rashmi as the bridge practice, and I talked about unconscious intelligence being the equivalent of fixed mindset. And I define wisdom as largely growth mindset plus plus. And the plus plus is so growth mindset, as we all know, and it's extremely important, is the belief that you can constantly improve yourself. That is facing every setback as an opportunity to learn and take something out of that, removes failure as a word in your vocabulary. There are no failures. As Albert Einstein said, failure is nothing but success and progress. So that to me is growth mindset at its core. And that has been the hallmark of almost every successful person throughout the history of civilization. Now, when it comes to the AI era, we absolutely still need to have the growth mindset. However, just having growth mindset alone, what that will lead to is it will almost lead to a competition with AI, because AI is a model that constantly learns as well from all the past patterns, as well as anything that we do with AI, it is constantly learning. So purely as a memory-based intelligence in terms of learning from past patterns, as well as every experience, if you have a AI collaborator, that's your AI agent, it is learning everything, and it is really got no identity to protect. So in a way, it is learning everything. It is growth mindset without the baggage of having an identity to protect. It can really work very well, and you would find yourself always competing with AI if you are just operating from growth mindset alone. However, that is where what I call the Rashmi level lens, and this is the level 3 of the hierarchy that I wrote about in the newsletter, that comes in, where you start operating from the pure awareness, where you can direct your self-improvement journey, the application of growth mindset, as well as use AI and your own mind body intelligence to constantly grow. And that is where then you stop competing with others. And coming back to today's dose of Rashmi, at that point, it's not about trying to be better than others. It's not trying to be successful by defining an external goal and achieving that external goal. Because as Scotty Scheffler, the famous golf player, has said himself, that when you say you win a Masters, there's a fleeting moment of excitement and feeling where you achieved something, then life moves on. So that is the problem with all goals. You will set a goal, you'll achieve it, and then you move on to the next goal. So goal setting by itself is not necessarily bad. However, don't use that to define yourself. Be present and aware in every single moment, and trust the process, enjoy the process. That is what life is about. If you do that, you will exceed any goals that you have set, and life stops being a comparison with others. It just becomes the being a full-fledged life that only you are capable of living and nobody else. Thank you.